Earthcraft list.
I mean, I like both of them in general. I don't dislike either of them really, but I generally like the Nas one more / keep that one more up to date. So I wouldn't mind doing a Raza build either way.
So the general consensus is that Hulk is the weakest, correct?
I don't love Hulk with this deck overall. I don't know. It's probably fine.
I mean, my experience is that the Hulk build that I've been running is the most consistent as far as wins go in competitive level pods. And that's even against flash stuff.
I mean,
so that's my luck, but that's anecdotal, of course.
Yeah,
I think that could also be a playstyle thing.
It could be. I mean, I definitely like the playstyle of Hulk versus Adnos, but
because the thing about Hulk,
dig Raza.
Because the thing about Hulk is that it can't assemble any of your tertiary combos. Where Raza, if you have
it kind of can.
You can get there. It's a little awkward, but you can Hulk into Academy Rector and
Strangle into Rector. Well, you can just Hulk into Rector, Sack, Young Wolf.
Yeah.
And then sack the Rector for an Earthcraft, and there, if you have Ghave out, then you're fine. The thing is, you kind of always need Ghave out first for Hulk, in my experience, or you need a sack outlet out, or you need to run sack outlets, which all of which I don't love. Versus if you want to just do that, you can just do Raza, and then Raza can assemble other things.
Yeah, I do like the minimal amount of board state required to win with Raza.
My issue is just that I don't know. I if you're gonna do Hulk, I like just doing the Varals thing where it's I have a very cheap commander in green black that can sack creatures as my sacrifice outlet versus Ghave costs 5 and then 1 to sack, and you need to get the Hulk into play. So it's just a bunch of loops to jump through.
Well, and not only is it 5, it's 5 with 3 colors.
Yeah.
So it's really awkward.
For sure. Let me see. Where's the most recent one of my in deck lists? Raza. All right. Here's Ryland's Raza Ghave. Let's start with that one. Oh, hey, you just got here.
I'm here.
We were just deciding if we wanted to do Raza or Nas. Does anyone have any real preference? I literally don't remember. Were we going to do Raza?
Into what?
I don't think anyone really voiced a preference.
I'd rather see Raza myself.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like we haven't done that one in longer. Overall,
you and Sick Robot did the Hulk one recently, a few months ago.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Ryland's
is that we need to be watching out for. What are the top tier decks?
I mean, in general, just kind of console-y things are strong. Timna Thras bullshit is strong.
Yeah, I mean, Scepter's really good now.
Scepter's good again.
I think that Gitrog
Food Chain is good.
Gitrog's I don't know. There are a couple of matchups that we're never going to be really good with, or good against.
Is that Gitrog?
I mean, you have Draneth Magistrate now.
But yeah, we do have Draneth Magistrate, so
which means I think that we should try to stay away a bit from Ghave, just having to have Ghave be part of the combo. I think there still should be some stuff with them.
No, Draneth is one-sided.
Yeah.
No, if they play it.
I mean, we're always
play.
gonna be bad against Commander Hate, though. It's kind of a thing. is that we're trying to play like a very commander-centric strategy.
Yeah, and commander hate is going to be more and more important as, commanders being essential to being on the battlefield is a thing.
Because the appeal of Ghave is Ghave, and his like interactions with things like Young Wolf and Strangleroot Geist.
Yeah.
Well, and it's fun to play the underdog.
That is also true. Not gonna
very true. Very, very true.
But if you didn't care about your commandery, why aren't you on like Timna Sidar, right? Like,
yeah, sure.
If that's the direction that you were taking. So I don't think, yeah.
Okay. So starting with this, because this is actually incredibly recently updated. I feel like the only things that I don't love here. We can also just do both, because if we're not going to start from scratch, like I feel like just starting from one of these lists and then rebuilding to decide what things we want to include is going to be pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, overall, I feel like I like Ryland's Razzacraft build. It's like fine. I feel like I would want a slightly more mid-range version of it to exist, so we could just like make that real quick.
So my Razaketh list, I've changed it. Like it's not the exact one that I play on paper. Like
yeah,
I cut out Lion's Eye Diamond and Zulaport Cutthroat and brought back because I didn't really like that line.
Yep, literally three of the things I was immediately going to suggest I don't like. So like Lion's Eye Diamond, I don't like. I get the utility of having it in the 99 for Razaketh in general, but in non-blue, you don't have the ability to sack a creature to go get Pact of Negation or sack a creature to go get Force of Will. So, like, if somebody actually manages to, like, fuck with you, you just discarded your hand. And
yep. You feel the bad.
It's like, happened to me. It sucks.
So, like, that's really the only issue with LED in this kind of deck is that, like, to even play LED, it's essentially one of those things where it's like, okay, I'm going to, my Razaketh resolved. Cool. I'm going to immediately sack this creature and cast Silence. Okay, Silence resolved. Now I sack a second thing to go get LED. And it's like, you can't like really, utilize the fact that it's like, oh, LED lets you do the 0 mana lines. It's like, yeah, but if you ever go for them, like...
You're playing it pretty, especially since people like to sandbag, really hard. Like, it's something that you really need to consider when you're not on blue is that, like, people are sandbagging all day, every day.
Yeah.
So I guess,
and I had only added it to my list to try to find a line that I could use to win without having Ghave on the field, like just setting up brought back Eternal Witness, Zulaport Cutthroat, and Blood Artist. I just wanted to see how good it could do, but I didn't like it overall.
I feel like, we just have Leon and Relic Warder, and like, we can just do that as the backup combo, and I'm like pretty happy with that overall as a backup combo.
Yeah, I am too.
For outlets, actual win cons, we're on Blood Artist. Do we want to be on... Oh, we're on Generous Patron to draw deck, and Skull Clamp to draw a deck.
Corpse Knight?
Do we want to be on Corpse Knight? Yeah, or...
I like being on Corpse Knight because the ETBs are pretty strong, right?
Yeah,
rather than relying on death triggers. But I also run Squirrelcraft in every Ghave deck I run, so.
Yeah, I generally do too. So I feel like, is this one on Squirrel's Nest?
This one doesn't have Squirrel's Nest.
I feel like I like being on Squirrel's Nest a lot because it's really free. And so then we have backup combos of both Leon and Relic Warrior and Squirrel's Nest. And that seems pretty strong.
Do we want to start with making this a list on like Moxfield for brewing or cockatoo?
Oh wait, sorry, I forgot to do one sec.
Sharing the screen.
Is that Mert?
I might be sharing a screen now.
Yeah, I'm Mir.
That's
Do we
what
join
you
the
sound
stream to
like.
view this?
I
guess so. Cool. I hadn't used the Discord share screen thing before.
Oh yeah, you're still here. It doesn't like it moves you like theoretically. It doesn't actually do anything.
Yeah.
But
so why? Can you explain to me why Blood Artists and Single Part Cutter are so bad?
They're not like so bad. It's just that they don't actually do anything. They only win. All they do is actually finish the game. If we could do time twister loops, we would, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. So in my deck, I run both. Should I maybe think about cutting one out? And I also run Corpse.
I like being on 2. 3 is like the playing it safe thing, but like in this deck, if we're already on a bunch of backup win cons, like you really need 3. I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
There's also always Blasting Station, but I feel like I'm past Blasting Station in my life. I feel like I'm done with that card in these decks overall. It's like cool, but it's never quite what I need it to be. Generous Patron's cool, Skull Clamp's cool. Got both altars, got all our normal fast mana. I'm not loving Grand Abolisher, but I'm okay with it. As far as just like being decent. Got Nimvala and Okame. I'm not loving Loyal if we don't have a second reanimation target. I kind of want a second reanimation target. Probably just Norn, but
easy, maybe? To reanimate it and exploit, maybe 2-drop a card?
For what?
Sidisi.
Easy.
Oh, no. No.
Okay.
I mean, Villas maybe, but I feel like Elish Norn is just kind of a classic staple of these archetypes. I don't love Loyal Retainers, but
Elish Norn does shut off Oracle.
Yeah, it shuts off a bunch of things.
Doesn't Oracle still ETV though?
It doesn't ETV because it's a state-based effect that prevents it from being a creature. I believe.
So it never ETVs?
No, I think it still gets its ETV.
Yeah, I think it still enters the battlefield and then it just
applies dies immediately.
And it dies. So I mean, I don't think it exactly shuts it off. Do you think we should be running Hushbringer?
So yeah, I was going to say we're not on any hate bears in this yet. AD, Carpet, Earthcraft, Necromancy, Necropotence, Pattern, Survival, Sylvan, Utopia Spell, Wild Growth. These are all great. These are all great. 29 lands. It's a little bit low, but
honestly, I tend to run 30, 31 in Ghave.
Yeah. just because Ghave kind of needs it.
He's so mana hungry, and getting the right colors can be tough.
Yeah, you just kind of need it. I feel like we can probably cut some of our worst animates. We just like specifically animate dead. Oh no, we need both animate dead and necromancer if we want Neon and Relic Warder. Maybe cut Neon and Relic Warder combo then, and just have the single backup.
Relic Warder is so compact though. It's just an animate Relic Warder and Pinger, right?
Yeah.
If you have Corpse Knight, that's just GG. So I like that.
So just a question.
Jed, no, we're getting some feedback. Like we can hear ourselves.
Oh.
So just a quick question. I arrived a little bit later. What are you guys cutting in for? You're cutting something out for what to put in? We're just
we're just modifying the Razaketh list so far.
Okay.
I believe Jed now is causing the feedback.
Yo, dude, I'm gonna mute you if you don't like fix your thing or put yourself on push to talk. Okie doke, I muted him. So yeah, do we want Leon and Relic Warder combo? Probably. Right?
It all depends on like what you're expecting your like. I usually don't see decks needing like 3 or so redundant like or backup or total wins. You know what I mean? Like it's a question of, do you feel that you need like a total of 3 ways to win?
Yeah, I feel like it is a little overkill. I feel like just in general, we're still just trying to assemble like Ghave plus Mana Engine plus Young Wolf or Strangleroot and take it from there. Just in general.
I think a thing to consider though is that we might often be the only non-blue deck at the table, and if we're too dedicated on an all-in win con, then it's easy to disrupt.
Well, it's not an all-in win con. It's just that like right now you have 3 ways to get to a win. Do you need 3 ways to get to a win?
I mean, I often find I do, but that's because my play group knows how I play Ghave.
Yeah, fair.
Honestly, if you're thinking about the what was the thing, the Leonin Relic Warder, I've been running it with Kaya's Ghost form, and it's pretty cool. Like both of them have relevance as standing on their own, and chip combo. Because again, chip combo, both of them have some relevancy alone. I can protect combo pieces with that.
That's interesting. There's another backup. I just feel like we're too clogged on like multiple different types of slots at that point.
Yeah, Abzan in a nutshell.
I mean, I also like the Relic Warder just as a piece that removes other hate pieces.
Yeah, it's fine. All right. Probably gonna keep Grand Abolisher. I would be down for just dropping the Loyal Retainers and the Elish Norn. It is the only creature tutorable animate that we run, though, but it's very, very low. Like its general purpose is very low. It doesn't work like Animate Dead or Necromancy, and it's not like Life Death where it like has a bunch of alternate uses.
So if we cut loyal retainers, how many sources of reanimation would we have?
We still have 4.
2, 3, 4.
It's the 5th.
And we still want life death so that we can turn our lands into tutors, right?
Yeah, generally. It's just really good with Gaia's Cradle as well.
Mm-hmm.
On like combo turns.
I'm fine with what's being cut.
So, assuming we're going to go, I also haven't looked at the land base. I'm going to screw with that later. Assuming we want to go up at least 1 land, though. Maybe on a plains. I don't think this is on a plains. I'll add 1 plains.
Snow covered. Snow covered. Heck yeah.
What do we want? Fauna Shaman?
No.
No, you want survival over Fauna Shaman?
We already have survival, and Fauna Shaman is just too slow by itself.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Budget, I have to run it.
Alright, so things that we kind of wanted to add back in. Somebody said Hushbringer. I think Hushbringer is something to talk about.
Magistrate.
Yeah, Draneth for sure.
Mm-hmm.
As much asymmetrical hate as we can get.
Yeah, I really like Collector Oof.
Deafening silence?
So
this list runs silence.
Oh, this
Deafening Silence.
Deafening silence.
Deafening Silence. This list is on a lot of non-creatures.
Yeah, I don't like deafening silence because you can't back it.
Yeah. It's like harder. It's definitely for a like kind of even slower, more grindy version of Ghave or versions of Ghave. It's definitely a thing to think about, though. I'll put it into the sideboard. Collector Oof, Draneth, Hushbringer.
Spirit of the Labyrinth, even Mind Sensor.
Oh god, this list is on Aven. I was going to say, is this list not on Aven? No, Ryland wouldn't do that to me.
No, definitely. Spirit of the Labyrinth does need to be in it. The only thing I'm worried about with it, though, is
Sylvan.
With the new Commander Rael, like, it's just so gross against them. Like, they do not give a shit whatsoever about it.
Yeah.
It's almost like Notion Thief for them. Like, they don't care.
I'm going to sideboard Runic Armasaur. Just for now, talk about it, and talk about other things. I feel like everything else, oh my god, I feel like Ewit, I'm almost just like okay with saying no to here. Just running Reap instead.
Got it.
I feel like I might also cut Flame.
Put in Force of Vigor.
Force of Vigor. Yeah, probably. Force of Vigor is pretty good.
Why Imp's Mischief, though?
It's a counter spell.
Yeah, I guess.
What's on the 20?
And you can redirect someone else's Animate Dead or Necromancy if they're trying to take your shit.
True.
It's just got a lot of good uses. Redirecting any removal is always like clutch, especially things like Abrupt Decay that like can't be, can be countered, or things like Assassin's Trophy, when somebody's going to hit something that like you want to stay in play, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna make it Sapperling and make it target my Sapperling, so I get a forest. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's got a lot of cute little uses.
What about Kenrith's Transformation?
Oh, Kenrith's Transformation is actually super fucking good.
Right?
Really.
Or that new black spell. If your commander's out.
Yeah, new black spell's fine. I don't want to run it with a commander that costs 5, like almost ever though.
Yeah, but
Even
it's free if you
in a
have your
deck that
commander,
wants to
right?
play it. What?
But it's free if you have your commander, right?
Yeah, but our commander costs 5.
Well, I know.
Commander costs 5, and other people are going to probably run it. And if they're smart and understand Ghave, they're going to be like, okay, well, there's no other bigger threat. Which, I mean, when we have Ghave out, we're kind of a decently sized threat.
Yeah, but it's a kill spell, not a counter spell. If we could run the counter spell, we'd probably fucking run it just to like protect our commander. But
is this list running Autumn and Summer's Veil?
It's only on Veil of Summer. Honestly, Autumn's Veil, like, I don't love it. I've played it so much where it just like didn't end up actually working because it's worded so awkwardly.
Yeah.
Like, Veil of Summer is a mistake card. It should not be as good as it is. There's no reason.
Okay, then are we going to put in the discount Ass Blast, the Mythos and Nethroi?
Sorry, which one? Oh.
Mythos of Nethroi, where you can pay Abzan and it can destroy any target permanent. It's a 1 more mana than Ass Blast. But, I mean, it's just like...
Are you talking about like Beast Within or something?
No, it's a new card in Ikoria.
Somebody link it for me.
Mythos. Mythos of Nethroi.
Oh, I know what he's talking about. If you play, it's black and 2. If you pay green and white, you can destroy any permanent. Otherwise, I think it's just a creature or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you pay Abzan and then you destroy anything.
No, thank you. I don't think we're on Beast Within. I would rather play Beast Within over this generally, like, to be perfectly honest, because it's easier to cast.
Yep.
Okay, are we also going to put in Generous Gift, or we have enough removal?
I'd say we got enough.
It's the white Beast Within.
No, I'm saying I don't want to play Beast Within. So if I'm not playing Beast Within, I'm not playing things that are worse than Beast Within. And I would say white Beast Within is worse than Beast Within. Okie doke. So we've got 9 cards here and 1 slot.
We do Kalashnorn, right?
So yeah, Elish Norn and Loyal Retainers is a thought to remove 2 more slots. The other like counterpoint to that is that if we run Loyal Retainers, then at any point, if we can use a black tutor for survival or play survival in any way, if we can just like go like green, find Raza or Elish Norn, green, find Loyal Retainers, 2 and a white, reanimate the thing. So like 5 mana plus 1 and a green for the however much that costs. But like, I don't know. I've generally found that line looks super telegraphed and like, I don't know. I'm not sure if we'll really have the mana to do all of that.
Yeah, like Abzan is so telegraphed every time it does anything anyway.
Yeah, that's what you get for being in green white in general. Like green white is the colors of like, I have kind of strong things, but I show you exactly what I have and then ask you if you can do anything about it. That's my job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to show you here. I'm going to put 5 creatures into play. Do you have the board wipe? Oh, you do. I lose.
This is my favorite color combination, and it's Soul Tie. So like,
so I'm down with dropping the Elish Norn and the Loyal Retainers from this for now. If there are no objections.
So I have a question that I always wondered watching multiple lists of Ghave. Did you ever consider about taking the Geist out? Since we have a lot of redundancy and they are always looking out for the Wolf and the Geist, getting rid of the worst one of them, the Strangleroot Geist. I know I know, but still.
Well, the thing is just that, like, if you literally have nothing at all other than a Geist and Ghave, you can just spend mana to, like, make tokens and wait for a mana source, or spend mana to just, like, make tokens and make +1/+1 counters, and, like, swing with big creatures. And as a backup plan, it's not, like, amazing, but, like, it is a backup plan where just the two of those things combo. Honestly, I've been actually more considering like maybe finally trying out Geralf's Messenger, because it's just like kind of fine.
I love Geralf's Messenger, honestly.
Yeah? I mean, do you think that...
I used to, like, when I first started playing Ghave a long time ago, that was my main, like, way that I wanted Geralf's Messenger.
Yeah, Geralf's Messenger and Ashnods, baby.
Yeah, I mean, it costs a bunch of startup mana and triple black. But if you actually resolve it, it is super clean, you know?
I mean, if I were to cut Strangleroot, I would just put in another Undying, like Butcher Ghoul, because I feel like 2 Undying creatures is really where we want to be at.
I feel like 2 is my minimum. I don't feel like I would ever go to 1 Undying creature. I feel like I could see myself on 3 or 4 at some point if it was a specific build, if we found more. Like, if they printed another Ashnod's Altar, heaven forbid, you know? Like, if they printed something ridiculous.
When I printed Yawgmoth and I tried the Ghave with the Yawgmoth thing, I just filled the deck with Undying, and it was redundancy.deck. It didn't matter what it did. And then I get it. But since we have another plan, well, we have a bunch of more plans, but yeah, I know. I'm just being the advocate of the devil.
Well, so the other thing is that specifically with Razaketh lines, like your typical Razaketh line in Ghave is something like, you know, I sack something to find Earthcraft and I play it, and then I sack something to find Young Wolf, and I tap Young Wolf, and I sack Young Wolf, and I tap Young Wolf, and I sack Young Wolf, and I go get, like, Wild Growth and Utopia Sprawl, and then I get Strangleroot Geist, and do that again, and make another bunch of mana, and then I go get all of my 1-drops, and I make more mana, and then I cast Ghave.
Yeah.
Like, woo!
And for instance, if since we run those and the wolf and everything, did you ever consider the Recruiter of the Guard?
I feel like
Dark Confident and everything.
I feel like Ranger,
you know, actually,
right, is the new one. It's better.
The one that does the silence, right?
Yeah.
Ranger of Captain
only gets one.
Ranger Captain of Eos, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been running him, and he's been
both personally,
an MVP.
Because Recruiter also finds Academy Rector if we're keeping that in Pattern of Rebirth.
But they're just like 3 mana tutors as well. Like, I'm not like, they're just 3 mana creature tutors that are even more specific. Like, is it really that important? Like, how much better do you feel drawing a Recruiter of the Guard versus a Grim Tutor if it was just a Grim Tutor?
True.
Yeah,
like, well, this one has some utility. I got people out of their combo just because of this, just sacking on their turn and see what happens. But
this one actually is a card, right? But like I could see us like playing that. I'm gonna add that to the sideboard. It's a good card. I'm gonna add Geralf's.
Yeah, and I went on a detour, and now we have more cards than we did before.
That's fine. That's how this works. So like Geralf's Messenger is another combo that's pretty easy to assemble. and could be something that we consider dropping Leonin Relic Order for. Although that's still a Ghave-reliant combo versus a non-Ghave-reliant combo, so maybe that kind of defeats the point. Was there anything else that we got from that? I should have added. No, this looks right. All right, so going through this real quick. Collector Roof. How important are artifacts to us? Kind of.
We have Mana Crypt Soul Ring.
I mean,
we can't activate Cryptic
So
Trial.
after Flash, Dramatic Reversal is going to be the big one again. So.
Yeah, Dramatic Scepter's still around, but I mean, Consult's still kind of. Oh right, Consult. That's the other one. Freaking. One in a white, Rule of Law, Aethersworn. That's
Aethersworn Canonist. Yeah.
I feel like Aethersworn and maybe even just Eidolon are both kind of things to consider here as well. Because of that, okie doke. So, Collector Oof, we've got Ashnod's Phi Altar and Skull Clamp. Looks like we're not on Mana Vault. Do we want to be on Mana Vault?
Wouldn't Collector Oof also shut off the Cryptic Trilobite?
No, it's not an artifact creature.
I took Mana Vault out so that I could run Culling the Weak.
Oh, it's not an artifact?
In case I needed that triple black if I needed to hard cast Razaketh.
Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty fair assessment. So, like, honestly, I kind of want to run the Collector Oof, but at the same time, we do rely on a bunch of, like, 2 out of our 3 main mana combo pieces are artifacts. So that's kind of feels bad.
If you have Ghave on the board, though, then you stack the Oof and then you go.
Yeah, for sure. That's the whole idea. It's just one of those things where at the moment we only got 3 open slots. So it's one of those things where the things we end up putting into these last 3 spots have to at least be pretty good.
Are we running Necro in this deck? I can't remember if I saw it or not.
Necropotence? Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
It should be.
I see it. It's there.
Yeah, it's there. In a world post-Flash, how Noxus Revival is... Okay, it's still a free spell, but...
How important
Noxus Revival, honestly, with Razaketh, it opens up some amazing lines to where...
Yeah.
If you cast Veil...
I always think it as an answer for Flash. Okay, I'm going to be a combo now.
What? No, Noxious Revival is one of the highest utility 0 mana cards in the format. It does a lot of things. Like, the fact that it can be used offensively against any kind of reanimation strategy, or offensively against something like Breach, or like Yogwill, or like anything like that, or any kind of graveyard combo. It can be used offensively against this deck if you just hit the Young Wolf while it's in the graveyard with Undying Trigger on the stack. Like, it's just a really tight card.
My brain is still on the Flash thing, just no Flash, no Hulk, good.
No.
Revival, it also helps us protect our own win con because
it's the main thing is you still just can like fucking return your Earthcraft back to your hand, like whatever, right? Like,
yeah.
All right, crop rotation. How much do we need access to Gaia's every game? Do we need to devote a slot to that? I guess it does give us untapped basic lands on on combo turns when we want to go for Earthcraft, but we don't. But like we could have just gone for an altar in that case. We just with a little bit more resources in play. I feel like we don't need crop rotation. Is what I'm trying to get to.
I mean, I think that we do, only because I've had a lot of situations where I had to vamp tutor, or I'm sorry, I had to crop rotate into like a horizon canopy. And then I had to vamp tutor for something very specific and then crack horizon canopy to draw what I just tutored for. Like certain lines like that, I feel like crop rotation is.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it grabs cradle.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It hurts. You're not on Ancient Tomb.
No, I'm not on Ancient Tomb. Should be.
Why aren't you on Ancient Tomb? That's a number one choice.
Because I'm not running Tangle Wire or Trinisphere, and I just feel like a turn one. Like I only really use the Ancient Tomb for like turn one Tangle Wire, Trinisphere, or turn two. So like in this deck, I didn't really feel like I needed it that much.
5 mana commander.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
Also, I feel like we can very easily be on Tangle Wire in this deck. That's another one. That's another one. Consider. Lower that. Alrighty, still at 97. Cool. So, Collector Oof, I'm going to be ambivalent on right now, but I'm not going to delete it from the sideboard. Cryptic Trilobite. Seems interesting enough. I'm super willing to give it a try. I kind of want to just jam it.
Same here.
Yeah. I really have no idea how good it's going to be, but I just want to jam it.
Wait, jam what?
Cryptic Trilobite.
Oh, fuck it.
I just want to try it out. It looks like it's a card where if we just like play it kind of early and get a couple of counters on it with its own ability, then on a combo turn we can use it to like make 4 mana and then combo with it with a Young Wolf. So
yeah, man, seems good.
I think we should try it. Seems cool.
This may seem like a dumb question, but do you think the Cryptic Trilobite and Walking Ballista might have like a little cute interaction thing or no?
I mean, what's the interaction?
No, never mind. I still need a sack outlet to do it with my KS. I run my KS and Walking Ballista in my deck because no money, but it's like I thought that maybe you could, in terms of Cryptic Trilobite, like add maybe 1 or 2 counters on it and then use that mana.
So I mean, the issue is that Mikaeus gives +1/+1 to non-human creatures, so it wouldn't actually just die.
Well, if you have Ghave, Cryptic Trilobite, Mikaeus, and Walking Ballista, then that
but then you still have Mikaeus Walking Ballista. You just killed people anyways.
Well, you still need a sack outlet, so that would where your Ghave comes in. You can't just win the game with just Walking Ballista and Mikaeus. You also need a sack.
I mean, you can win the game with just Mikaeus Walking Ballista, though, can't you? You just deal damage to itself.
Yep, you remove the last counter.
You still need a what's it called?
Like a Blood Artist or a payoff, whatever.
Yeah, some kind of payoff at that point, which defeats the purpose. Or you just need a hardened scales. Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought you were gonna say Elliot or something.
Okie doke. So we've still got 2 slots. So of these cards,
we should do Hushbringer.
So of these cards, the ones that I like the most are Drannith Magistrate, Canonist, Hushbringer, Ranger Captain.
I really like Magistrate and Hushbringer.
Yeah, Drannith needs to be there.
I feel like Draneth is just like kind of too good to not be running nowadays, right? He's just too good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that leaves us with one more slot. So it's kind of a question of, do we think that we want to hate more on, so like really Aethersworn Canonist is good against like, I don't know, wheelie decks and good against like stormy decks a little bit, but it's not good against like all of them because they can still like artifact storm a little bit.
I mean, how
Eidolon is,
yeah.
but Aethersworn has the upside of being 2 mana and being such that you can like demonic tutor Ashnod's Altar, play it, sack it, keep doing your turn. Right, 2 of our sack outlets are artifacts,
and it blocks Timna.
And then Eidolon of Rhetoric has the upside of it's just rule of law, right? Just is rule of law.
One blocks Timna, the other one blocks and kills Timna.
Yeah. Roll and dice on the process.
Well, that's fine though. Look, I'm willing to trade my 2/2 that I wanted to sacrifice for a Timna every time.
Yeah, that's to me that's the only criteria. Just put the other sworn because.
So then the other one is Hushbringer, which stops a slew of other decks, but also kind of stops us when we always need to sack it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you can just land a sack outlet first, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and then Ranger Captain is the last idea here, right? Where it's just another protection card for ourselves.
I like it.
Do we like Ranger Captain over Grand Abolisher?
I kind of like Ranger Captain over Grand Abolisher just because I don't really like Grand Abolisher that much. But
I mean, it's not that much harder to cast.
I don't love having so many double whites. If honestly we want to put in Ranger Captain, I feel like you're right. We could just kind of cut Grand Abolisher.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Here's my logic. I'm going to just do that, and here's my logic: is that if we are going for it with a Razaketh line, then we're always going to look for silence because it's the cheapest. And if we're going for a more expensive line and we want a silence plus a tutor, we can go for Ranger Captain and get Young Wolf off of it, and then we still have 2 more sacks for Raza, and we've gotten a silence off. So I like that a lot.
Yep.
Okie doke. And we don't have to run like 5 cards with double white. Leona Reporter, Linvala, Ranger Captain.
Are we on Destiny Spinner? Do we want to be?
Destiny Spinner, that's a good card. So let's think. Destiny Spinner has the really nice upside of the fact that our enchantments like Earthcraft and Necromancy and Animate Dead get uncounterable. That's actually really clutch.
Yeah.
And
oh, that's really clutch. Fuck. Do you guys like Destiny Spinner more than running another stacks piece?
Hell no. Stacks for life.
I feel like having more protection in a meta that is so heavily blue is pretty strong.
I do too, but one of the ideas is that if you have enough stacks that like are just kind of fucking with people in little ways, then like maybe one less person is holding up a counterspell because you forced them to pay their mana in other ways, or maybe they like played their turns in such a way that one thing or the other. But Destiny's been really good.
Yeah, but it interacts in Cheshire. It's gonna get instant counter. Well, stack piece might go through.
That's true.
I mean, then you get the counter on that, and then you have maybe a couple mana to do something else instead.
I prefer not to broadcast my plan.
Well, you're an Abzan.
Well,
yeah. Honestly, then I have a bunch of other decks for you to try.
Yeah, true. But still, Ghave can be built so many ways. The second I play that, they know I'm there. Well, or they see the Razakat.
All right, so at this point, Generous Patron's looking like one of our weaker cards. Damn, we just have so many cards that we can't get rid of, that we need to run. But I'm not upset about it, it's just...
Is Rip instant speed? I never play with it. Rip.
Rest in peace?
No, Reap. I don't know how to pronounce that word.
Oh, Reap.
Reap, yeah. Instant, okay, cool. Oh, shit.
It's just if any opponent controls a black permanent, it's instant speed regrowth.
Yeah.
If they control more than one black permanent, it can be fucking... you ever hear of the card Prider's Council?
Yeah.
I used to run this one way back in the day. You never lose a game when Prider's Council resolves, but...
yeah, I mean, it costs 17 mana.
But it costs 8 mana, so... I hope not. It's like back when I used to run that and Tooth and Nail were my top end.
Oh, God.
Shit.
Tooth and Nail was supposed to, yeah.
Way back in the day.
Tooth and Nail's the thing I see in my casual meta.
You can still find some of Lurker's older lists where he's got Tooth and Nail in there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, that's why I keep just making new lists just to preserve the history. You know, I could just have one Ghave list that I've been updating for the last 10 years, but it would have a bunch of likes on it, and everyone would know what to play. I'd rather just make 12 of them and make them hard to find. So. All right, so I think this is the list right now. If anybody has any arguments for any of these cards that we took off, or any of these cards that we were wanting to put in versus cards that we do have, I'd love to hear them. But unless...
Lurker, what is your normal cEDH play group? Is it still with the Lab Maniacs or no?
I don't know. I don't honestly play a ton. I just brew decks and stuff. I play mostly when I do play on the cEDH Reddit, Discord. I've been playing a bunch of Conquest recently too. It's fun.
Okay. What do you think? Does Shaper know of any really strong decks right now? Does Shaper think? Because I know that you talk to him at least some.
I mean, so what are good decks right now? Anything, man. Any partner thing you want to play is probably pretty good if you're picking a good one of them. I would say that Sliver's super strong right now. Najeela's super strong right now. Urza's still a good deck. Timnathras is still a good deck in a ton of different variants. Opus Thief's a good deck.
Okay. I just personally feel like Najeela Najeela and Gitrog are going to freaking skyrocket in terms of strength. And
Najeela's a good deck, sure.
Yeah, so I feel like if anything, I want to do something along the lines of trying to stop a Najeela player.
You want to stop a Najeela player? Okay, I might suggest playing Blood Pod and then playing Zealous Persecution and Electrickery and Blood Moon. Those cards are pretty good against Najeela. They need a bunch of non-basic lands out usually.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, you could play Zealous Persecution. Zealous Persecution's a good card. I don't hate it. I'll add it to our sideboard.
Is that the white-black?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's a good card. Specifically, if you really want just to tech against Najeela, Mindblade Render is a good card.
Yeah.
Yeah, a good draw outlet there. Plus, we have a few warriors in here as well.
Yeah, we have them too. I mean, mostly just Okame matters.
Okame. Yeah, I guess he's the only one.
Do you think that we should maybe put in like a choke or something?
Choke's a fine card. I feel like I can add it to the sideboard with some confidence. I
mean, this is a blue meta. It always has been, basically. It always will be, because blue is just a bullshit color.
Yeah, I mean, the issue is that, like, you know, half the time when you play choke, like, they'll have been playing around a carpet of flowers anyways, so all of their fetches were for non-blue things, and they just have, like, a city of brass and a command tower and a tarnished citadel, and you're like, oh, cool.
Yeah, I've seen that as well. Choke, I think, is good when you have a meta that has like a lot of like Is It decks or Urza.
Yeah. Choke is specifically really good against 2-color and 1-color like mono blue decks who are running a ton of like basic islands.
I feel like if you want a color hoser that's going to give you advantage, Compost might be a better choice.
Compost is actually a card that we run a lot.
Because it's whenever a black card is put in their graveyard from anywhere.
Oh.
Yeah. So if Gitrog dredges 3 black cards into their graveyard, you draw 3 cards.
Yeah.
It's kind of gross.
I mean, if somebody like what's it called? Necro is still a trigger, right? Yeah, exile that card from your graveyard. Yeah. If somebody necros and like discards a shit ton, and then like is going to try to win on the next turn, even though those cards went to exile, they hit the graveyard first. So draw your cards.
Yep, Compost has done more work for me than say Runic Armasaur.
Yeah,
as far as like
Compost
weirdly niche draw cards.
Oh yeah, Compost has drawn me way more than Runic Armasaur.
Is Runic Armasaur still in this deck?
I cut it off a bit ago.
I don't really see that many activated abilities. But then again, I don't get to play with cEDH people.
The biggest problem with Runic Armasaur is that it's easier to miss its triggers than anything else that's like it. It's easier to miss its triggers than like Rhystic Study or Mystic Remora or whatever. It's so fucking easy to forget when people crack fetch lands that you need to draw a card. It's like, it is the hardest thing I've ever had to remember. And even when I remember it every time, it still only draws me like 3 or 4 cards over the course of an entire game. And a goddamn Phyrexian Arena would have been better at that point.
True story.
Like, the few and far between times that I have played it, and like people specifically decided, you know what, I'm not going to activate my Thrasios. I'm going to do something else instead. It wasn't like they like gave up too much by not activating their Thrasios. It wasn't like they would always be like, I still have other plays anyways. I'm just not going to activate Thrasios, so you don't draw a card and I don't draw a card. That's fine. Like, I don't know. I just didn't see it actually being as good as I wanted it to be. And it's a 2/5. I can't believe it wasn't good. Ugh.
That was Linvala. I know that some people got upset with how they were playing Linvala, and then people kept on like reanimating it and turning it against them.
I mean, that's definitely something that happens. Okay.
I stopped playing because of it.
Happened to be the other night, actually.
You don't stop playing good cards because they have counterplay and like worst case scenarios. Like, it's not a winning strategy, in my opinion. At the same time, it is very, very sad how good Gilded Drake is against our deck in general. Like, Gilded Drake's really good against our deck already. Like, back in the fucking 2015 meta, when I had just like a stable play group, I would literally never cast Ghave, like with it, like tap out for him.
Had 6 mana. Yeah.
I always kept an extra mana just to be able to sacrifice Ghave to his own ability in case a Gilded Drake came down immediately. Because my playgroup knew that, like, if you Gilded Drake the Ghave, they just lose. Like,
yeah. What's the? There's a spell that says, so you exile a creature and everybody gets a copy of that creature. It's like split personality or something.
Oh, fractured identity.
Yeah, that one. I had an Academy Rector out, and somebody played a fractured identity, and I was sad.
That's so sad. Holy shit.
Especially, this is the casual group, but the guy that cast the fractured identity also had omniscience in his deck, so he won.
Wait, does that work? Can you even use the tokens when they die?
They still go to the graveyard. You can choose to exile them, right?
You get the trigger, but you don't actually exile.
Well,
the exile, you choose. It's a replacement effect.
I have no idea how that works. I assume that you're right. I would personally need to call a judge just to like confirm that. But
yeah, we were playing in a store and there's a judge there. I don't remember if a judge was called over. That was like 6 months ago.
Yeah, I just don't know if you can use. Academy Rector is a weird card, so I don't know if a token Academy Rector would work. But I assume that it would.
You know, even if it doesn't work, if we did it when we did it at the time, like it was funny. So you know.
Oh yeah, I mean that's. You play for the the moments like that anyways, right? So.
Oh, totally. That's what Commander's about.
Yeah.
You still have Academy Rector on that list, right?
Yeah, Rector should be in here.
Okay, cool.
Rector's in there because Pattern's in there as well.
Oh, yeah, especially in lists where you have Pattern. It's like extra key. Oh, we never added Squirrel's Nest. I talked about it, but I never actually added it. So now we have to find a cut.
My initial reaction would be to cut Imp's Mischief, to be honest.
Yeah, that's not a bad cut.
Like for that cut, I think is reasonable.
I almost just cut STP first. Just let other people deal with things. We're not blue.
But being able to deal with Najila is pretty good.
Might just be a meta call in general.
Yeah.
Because, like, honestly, personally, in this meta, I'm on ZP over swords, like, almost every day. Just because, like, having a dork wipe is super convenient.
Mm-hmm.
Having a card that just says, like, kill everybody else's mana dorks is super convenient. Well, this sucks. I hate it when I do that. Sorry, guys.
The brewing life, right?
Gotta keep. God, is Eldritch Evolution very good for us?
Yeah, you sack something up too. You get Academy Rector, you get Banner Rebirth, and you go.
It would be better if Ghave was 6 mana.
Yeah, because then we could just get the Raza.
Yeah.
Well, so we can get Norn if we were playing Norn, but we're not. So that's sad. But
honestly, if we were to cut Eldritch Evolution, I'm fine with that.
I'll just faster cut the green Sun Zenith.
Green Sun Zenith is just, it's so cheap to get Young Wolf and Strangleroot, and it gets Generous Patron now, which, like, when it got Generous Patron, that was kind of the tipping point for me to being like, yup, nope, always include this card now.
Is Dryad Arbor considered a forest or no?
Dryad Arbor is a forest, but I don't want to play Dryad Arbor anymore. Yeah. Dryad Arbor is not a basic, if your question is Earthcraft.
I understand it wasn't a basic. I was just making sure if it was a forest or not.
So, like, it is, but, like, being a creature is a downside on a land almost every time. Just,
so for making room here, I would argue either the Elvish Mystic or the Fintorn Elves.
Drop a third dork.
Yeah.
I don't really like that.
I don't love that either.
I would say Eldritch Evolution just because the targets that we want are usually cheaper than the creature that we're sacrificing.
Yeah, I think that might be the greatest call. I think that I like BE, just not quite enough here. Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty good call here.
Yeah. What about swapping one of the green dorks for Avacyn's Pilgrim?
Oh God, wait, is Avacyn's Pilgrim not in this list?
I was just seeing that it isn't.
Oh God. I'm
sorry, look. Don't hate me.
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's like...
Well, see, I haven't updated this list online, but in paper, I am running it. Like, I cut it because I wasn't needing... I had way too much white, and I was trying to find a cut for white.
We also just added a few more white pips overall.
So definitely need absent.
Do we need to be on Priest of Titania? Actually, looking at the dorks.
It is we're not on any of the other 2-drops. We're not on like Bloom Tender or Fabro. It is a pretty good just like mass source of mana, but I'm not sure.
But how many elves do we have?
Well, I mean, it's you're also hoping that like other people are playing mana dorks, right?
Yeah, that's true.
cEDH is just elf ball in disguise, guys.
Yep, that's true.
Really.
That's true.
True words.
You're almost always hoping that other people are playing mana dorks in general, and you're also always hoping that people are on blue so that your carpet makes a bunch of mana. Man. Yeah, Priest of Titania is not one of our strongest cards anymore. I could agree with that. Nature's Lore does just get us the basic if we need it. It's pretty important. Oh yeah, that's why we actually never need crop rotation, in my opinion. We have Nature's Lore if you need a backup.
Yeah, but crop's an instant that costs 1.
Yeah, that's true.
But you do sack a land, but...
Yeah. No, they're both very good overall for us. I really kind of want to drop one of them. No, not Culling the Weak. It's going to get us the things. That's the thing, though. I don't want to drop one of like Llanowar, Elf, or Priest of Titania are both like not looking amazing, but like I don't want to drop any dorks, because we want to like have things for Culling the Weak and have things for like our sacks pretty consistently. Yeah, is that our thought? Priest of Titania? Oh.
That's what I would cut.
Yeah.
But I also don't see a lot of dorks in my competitive meta.
Well,
I see a pretty fair amount, just from like random 3 and 4 color and 5 color things in green. But
you don't need much. You just need to have one dork on your side besides her, and somebody else gets another one. It's good to go.
yeah, and she's already producing 3, and that's like if she produces 3 consistently, she is worth 2 mana. Is my because that just lets you like do kind of any of our big heavy mana plays. I could see myself cutting one of the green dorks just for.
By the way, you're still cutting for the Squirrel's Nest, right?
Oh
no, you already
right
there.
Right now we're cutting for an Avacyn's Pilgrim.
Okay, cool.
For Avacyn's, I'd cut one of the green dorks.
Yeah, I could see us just doing that. It's like
cut Fendhorn elves.
I kind of want to be on all of them, but
I mean, Avacyn's isn't an elf, so it doesn't feed the priest. So there's that.
But it gives us a new color, right?
Yeah, for sure. No, what I mean is that cutting one of the other dorks then drops our elf count.
For priest, gotcha. We still have, but don't worry, guys. Is Destiny
still?
Oh God, you're a human. I know that generous patron's an elf.
Okame, baby.
Yeah, Okame's an elf. Okame's an elf warrior. What a dumb card. What a dumb fucking card.
I love that card. 2
really relevant creature types for cEDH on top of being Green's Dark Confidant. Love it. Love it.
Do we want to keep in the Leon and Relic Warder combo?
It is so it is pretty easy to assemble overall. I don't know. We don't need it.
It's a 3-card combo.
The thing is, the only thing that I'm worrying about is like how much creature and how much life are we going to have in order to activate Razakath above?
We should have a ton because we don't run like almost anything that pays life other than like Necropotence and Razakath.
And Shocklands.
Sure, but Shocklands and Fetchlands, like, what, are going to lose you 5 life over the course of the game?
Right,
6?
of course.
Like, you know, Necro and Library can eat, like, 20 life into you, but even still, like, you shouldn't be too low. Like, you only ever need, like, 7 Raza things at most. Like, even if you need to generate all of your mana and you're at, like, I mean, like, or... like you either need to have more starting mana or more starting life. But either way, like we're not asking for ridiculous Raza lines. We're not asking for like 12, 15 sacks every time.
Okay. I'm also sorry about my new questions and stuff like that. I've rarely talked about.
You can ask questions, my dude. That's the point of doing a whole thing where we're all in voice chat instead of just sitting by ourselves. All right, fuck. What do we want to get rid of?
Outcut crop.
Crop rotation is one option, or a green dork is another option. Or I'm not sure if anybody else has suggested anything else worth cutting.
A green dork over crop rotation. I mean, that's just me. That's just because I've had a lot of moments where
crop rotation can come in clutch, like pretty heavily. I've seen it myself as well. We'll cut a green dork for now, just for the sake of having 100 cards.
Because he's ugly.
Big sideboard. Lots of options, honestly, that all seem pretty good.
I feel like most of these are just meta calls, where it's like I really do think that the sideboard is all meta calls, depending on like who you play with, what you normally see.
Oh, for sure.
Which is good because like I think that we should have a few cards in the deck where you could just be like, okay, these 3 are all meta calls, but they're generally good meta calls, and you could just swap those out for a very specific matchup.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'd say that Priest of Titania is probably like flexible in this deck. Dranith is obviously flexible if you're playing against a bunch of like partner decks that don't actually need their commanders. But I mean, honestly, even then, he's so good.
That's super good.
Even if it doesn't stop commanders, it stops strategies. Like it turns off all the companions too.
It just turns off breach.
Yep.
That's pretty sweet.
Everything. The pseudo draws from Dread, everything. It just breaks shit.
It stops cast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'm okay with this. Let's ship it.
Oh, it shuts off Elsha too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does.
God, why did they print this card?
Because somebody on R&D was on cocaine and they decided, oh, I want to start Commander, but I don't want to think.
I think it's more like they wanted something. Well, I think that they wanted something that can deal with companions in a reasonable way. And this is a completely unreasonable way, so I'm actually happy with it because, I like 8 bears.
Companions are pretty unreasonable as well, so.
Yeah.
Companions are, like, honestly, we have Commander. Commander exists. It's its own format. Mm-hmm. You've got this cool little rule where you can play a card that isn't in your hand as if it was in your hand. Cool. Mm-hmm. Nobody else fucking wanted that in any format other than Commander.
Well, I think Legacy wanted it. That's what I really like.
Well, they didn't. Oh, they're going to announce a ban on the 18th, I think. Only for Legacy, Brawl, and whatnot. I bet they're going to ban all of those shit. It's either going to be for Oko or going to be for the companions.
Which is funny because most people in the U.S. don't even have people in the U.S. don't even have their cards yet.
But they already pre-purchased it, so.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be some feel bads. You get the pre-order that you can't play in those formats.
How much money is Drannith Magistrate right now?
It's like $5.
It was pretty cheap.
And it's gonna get lower.
Yeah.
What the hell, dude? I want the full art one. I want a full art foil of that thing. I'm gonna get it. Move it on my ass. It's a good card.
You want to shove them up? Yeah.
For the full art, it's $5 for the regular.
I got the full art of Hushbringer for $5, and I was like, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but both of those cards can just print a cartoon balloon saying no. Or whatever else people want to do, because this is bullshit.
I mean, I'm glad White is actually getting some decent stuff.
Yeah, me too.
None of it card draw.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. But I kind of hate that.
I mean, it's kind of got its own card advantage. Not necessarily raw card draw.
I know that's not card draw. Do we want to run Smothering Tides if we're going for a grindier game, or is that too slow still?
It's too slow.
Okay.
It's really good in my high power meta because most people don't pay the 2.
It's really good in general, but like I don't know. It could be really good in specific metas as well, but like it's much better when you are in blue, because if you're in Abzan and you have a Smothering Tithe in play, and somebody goes, okay, I play my own Smothering Tithe and I play Wheel of Fortune, all right? If you're in blue, then they can't do that, because then they're wheeling you into possibly more interaction than they have, and they can't do anything with all of their mana. You both get a ton of mana. If you're not in blue, then it's like, all right, I Wheel of Fortune. Okay, yeah, Absand player, you can have a bunch of mana. Maybe you draw into an Abrupt Decay, but otherwise, I'm just gonna do my own Storm Turn and just win anyways. Like,
does this list have Abrupt Decay in it?
Yeah.
What? Yes.
Yeah, it does.
Hey, listen, man, I still have to pick up mine because I just can't find one.
All right, bam, deck created with sideboard. Go into deck lists. Everybody take a last look at it. Tell me if there's anything crazy, and then I'll do a ping and tell everybody we're done.
Do we all one day just want to do some stupid shit and just play Ghave all in like a single pod?
Sounds silly.
We can shoot for June 7th, the Saturday. Also my birthday.
It's a shame it's the Razzacat build, though. My favorite one is still the Ad Nauseam.
So I was looking at the Ad Nause build, and honestly, I'd want to fit in Drannith Magistrate, but like, other than that, like, I'd probably just cut Hushbringer for Drannith Magistrate and cut Runic Armasaur for Compost. And
that's what I did a little while ago.
And is there even anything else that I like want to run?
Reap?
I think that one's already on Reap, isn't it? No, it's not on Reap. Yeah, maybe cut Ewit for Reap. Yeah, cut Ewit for Reap, and then I want to fit in Cryptic Trilobite, but I have no idea where the fuck I would fit that in. But I think that's it. I guess I'll just do that. I can just do that. Let's do this. All right. You have until we finish doing the next deck to say something. If you.
What's the next deck? Conquest Ghave?
Nah, just got Ghave Nas.
Okay. Round out the trifecta.
Yeah. Commander. Nobody saw that. It's okay. Nobody's watching this stream, I'm sure.
Oh, my screen's frozen.
Yeah.
Wait, the stream froze?
Yep. I thought that you were editing on another screen or something.
How long ago?
5 minutes, maybe?
You're on Dryneth Magistrate on Cockatrice.
Stop streaming. Share screen again.
Okay.
There we go.
And every time that I see the Academy Rector, I want to run the Odd with the Ballista and shit. But I need to try it out, but not a lot of people playing right now.
All right, so starting with this guy. Okie doke. So what did I say I wanted to do? I said I wanted to get rid of Eternal Witness. Yeah. I'm actually going to add a Hushburn back, but to the sideboard. Magistrate. These are lands. But they are lands. Do I have Nurturing Peatland? No. Should I have Nurturing Peatland?
I like the card. I really like the Nurturing Peatland and Silent Clearing.
What do I cut for it?
What are you trying to put in right now?
Nurturing Peatland. Maybe just Bountiful Promenade.
How many forests do you have, like basic?
Basics, just 2. Because it's on Tainted Pact.
Oh, you don't add NOS right now?
Yeah. I posted the final version of the Razaketh one if you have any things that you want to say about it. Oh wait, is the Razaketh one on Phyrexian Tower?
Yeah, I think
it's in there. It's in there.
Okay, good.
That's the.
Oh, bro, you're on a Mac? Oh.
Some Jenkins build.
Yeah, this is my work computer. I got one of these, so.
Oh.
Yeah, helpful. Helpful sometimes. Not so helpful with certain things like this, like that. That's pretty sad.
Is that still on? Does it still have a population battle right?
I haven't played Battle Right in a long time. They changed their system at one point where instead of after every fight you get to choose a skill, just you have a loadout and there are skills that you pick before the match and then you just play first to 3 wins. And I didn't like that as much. I kind of liked the whole system of you play one fight where everybody just is super weak. Yeah. And then the next fight everybody's a little bit stronger. And then the next fight, everybody's a little bit stronger. That was a cool system to me.
Yep.
They just trashed it for no good reason, in my opinion.
Something that when they I don't remember the name of the thing, the electric bitch starting having visibility frames for everything, and you either play it or you get fucked.
Yeah, I don't know. It was
I like the game. I really like the game.
It was a really cool game.
In the Razorcast build, do we want to put in root maze?
Root maze. Probably. Yeah, probably.
I'd jam it in the sideboard.
Yeah, I'm just going to jam it in the sideboard for now. Agree. Jam it into the sideboard.
For nurturing peatland, you could probably just cut a plains out. Like that one basic plains that you have.
I did that for silent clearing.
Yeah, I could do that for the Nas one you're saying?
Yeah, for Nas.
Yeah, okay. I'll do that. I like that. I don't think
just
I
because you have like Linvala and that's your only double white. So
yeah,
it's not really hurting on white that much, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like it. Shit, there was one more thing that I said I wanted to cut. Oh, Runic Armasaur. What did I say I wanted to put in? Compost is what I said I wanted to put in. Compost. All right, and what the fuck do we cut? Do we just cut like Trinisphere or something to put in this cryptic trilobite?
I'd say yeah.
Just like what do I cut? Just do I cut something like super generic that like is just a card I can feel fine putting back in later? I feel like that's fine, right?
Yeah, that's what I did with my list. I cut out Trinisphere for the trilobite.
It seems fine to me. We still run Deafening Silence and Root Maze and like all of our like really good early Staxy pieces. And do we want to run Autumn's Veil? That's a card we could cut. Honestly, I can just cut Autumn's Veil for Imps Mischief here and feel fine about that.
Did you cut the planes for the silent clearing or no?
I don't see a planes on the list.
Oh, no, I didn't do that. That's cool. I cut the planes for the Bountiful Promenade back end.
I thought you cut that for the Nurturing Peatland, because I mean, Adnos is double black, so it's like, given that, and it also has card draw on it for silent clearing. I picked up both, or I pulled out of my box a silent clearing and a
I don't think I want to be on 3 Horizon Canopy lands straight up. I think 2 is fine. I don't think like very many decks want to be on more than like 2.
Okay. Do you want to cut Horizon Canopy for it though? Because I feel like you're going to use black and green more than you're going to use green. Oh, never mind.
It is a green land, so no is the thing.
Yeah.
I like don't ever cut green lands or try not to. Try not to.
Yeah, you want to consistent and a dork.
All right, this looks better. Slightly. I'm going to update this.
Are you running Nature's Lore and 3 visits, or just 3 visits?
Just 3 visits.
Do you want to cut it for Nature's Lore so we can just save on money?
Nope, never.
Okay.
I spent $45 on a 3 visits, and so I'm going to put it in every one of my deck lists till I die.
One is better than the other. That's subjective.
I run a beta Llanowar Elves because I have one.
I run a beta Wild Growth because it's like dirt cheap. I bought it for $1 like a few years ago.
Nice. Yep. My Ghave.
I don't know who's been in this Discord, but when they remember the Mox Dimes for $5, damn, I wish I could time travel.
Dude,
oh yeah, that was me.
So like, here's the thing. I played EDH like a lot from like 2011 to 2016. That was like probably when I was playing the most. And like, for the most part, all of the important cards were like hella consistent in their price for the entirety of that, like 5-6 years. Like Mox Diamond was $40 for that entire time. Mana Vault was like $5 for that entire time. Mana Crypt, until it got reprinted, was like hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and then it got reprinted and it was $100. Like fucking Chromox was $15, right? Forever. I like don't understand how things have just like gone crazy in the last 4 years.
Bitcoin. I started directly at 2016, the summer of 2015, but I got into it 2016, I think. No, I got into it. Shit, when did I get into it?
I spent less than $1,000 on my full set of 10 duels, right? And like, I don't understand how like 2 years later it's like tripled.
It's a good investment.
I don't think I'll ever be able to like reasonably in my own mind afford. Like I cringe at trying to get like a vampire tutor. Like when I got my Earthcraft, dude, I was like, hell yeah, I'm not ever spending $50 on a card. and then I pulled the Mana Crypt out of my mystery booster, and I was like, hell yeah.
Nice.
I just know that I bought the Word of Command and I've been trying to force it in every single fucking black deck.
It doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
It just never works.
I like to see the people looking at that wall of text, and I say, do you give up?
It's literally just like, okay, so what does it do? We'll read the card. But what does it do? Well, you try to understand the card. Why don't you try?
The amount of people that call Judge on that shit, it's amazing. And the Judge becomes confused as well. So it's cool.
It's just a silly card. All right, I'm gonna save this.
So, which deck do you think is going to be more consistent and overall stronger, Nas or Wrath?
I don't know. I generally like the Nas builds better, just like I do. But the Raza builds aren't bad. And the Raza builds, like, I don't know. You just have to make enough mana and cast Razaketh or like reanimate him. And then he just automatically assembles the win. Is like pretty good.
Yep.
Because I'm thinking about changing over from Hulk to one of the two.
All right. I posted in deck lists the Ghave Nas build. If anybody has any questions or comments or suggestions, let me know.
No comment.
But yeah, I like this. This looks good.
Guys, thanks very much. It's pretty late here. I'm gonna go. Thank you for this. Bye.
Yeah, no problem. This looks pretty good. Man, I hate those double white pips in this Raza build. There are so many of them, and like all of our white pips are double white pips.
I was just looking at that.
All right. Cool. Let me know if anybody sees anything that we forgot. But I feel like this was pretty successful.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And thank you, Maynard's iPhone 11, for recording for me. Moire follows me on Moxfield. Oh man.
Yeah, I seem to like everything. I think everything's nice, and at least like I feel like you're gonna have at least some presence at the table.
Oh no!
One, but
We accidentally are we double running Ghave? Is that the issue here? That'd be the issue.
Yeah, he's in the 99.
Is he not supposed to be? I don't know how Moxfield's supposed to work.
Yeah, he's in the commander, so you can delete him from the creatures section.
Okay.
I ran into that as well.
Well, so wait, in that case, are we at 100 for both of them?
Is there a separate section in the main board?
Whenever you make a new deck on Moxfield, it brings up this little tab that says the name of the deck, the format, and then you type in the commander's name to the right of that. And it just puts it in there for you automatically.
There we go. Okay. Now, if I look at my decks, they should all have 100. Okay, that's better. That's better. This is such a good spirit token.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. All right. Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We got to do this. Yeah, glad we finally actually, did this.
Indeed. All right, thanks, y'all.
Yeah.
Catch you in
right.
Discord.
Peace. I'm gonna log out. Ping me if you see that I forgot anything. Who's
Next time Commander Legends comes out, we're just gonna have to redo this, aren't we?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
We'll see.
I'm hoping that they print something good in Aya, but that's just.
I'm hoping that they print a good Abzan Legend. Or a good Sultai Legend.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
I was very disappointed with Omitri and Zaxara.
I was too, honestly. Even that Sultai enchantment is pretty bad.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go. The pain is getting to me talking, so
yeah.
nice to talk to you guys finally.
No problem.